Well, welcome back to Cozy Couch Corner for another episode of Tea and Tarot. Taking me a while this morning to get motivated. It's one of those grey, wet mornings. I had the light on for most of the morning so far. It's just dank. It's just really dank. I like the sunshine. I have to say, I've had the odd visit by a crow and then the sheep were out in the field. Happily, they don't care about the weather. They just keep, all they're interested in is eating grass all day, every day. So, yay. Seen some of the sparrows as well. Not a lot of anything else. Oh, that's just the right temperature. The bins did get collected yesterday, didn't hear them coming. But I looked out, it was just starting to get dark, and I looked out the window and thought, oh no, they've emptied, I've got to put the bin away. So I had to go out. There's a lot of bitey things around here, probably because it's a rainforest. A lot of little bitey things you don't see, like, not mosquitoes, they're smaller than mosquitoes. No, can't remember. Midges. But there's different varieties. I think they're called midges. They're different varieties. And the bitey things. So that's why I don't like going out. Like dawn and dusk are the worst. But I get them all the time. All the time. The flipping bitey things. More out the front, which has the pond. But yeah. So I wouldn't choose to go out as the sun's going down. It's starting to go yesterday. I had to put them in away, so I've done that. So that does not have the opportunity to blow around. Although it did on one occasion manage to blow itself out of the wood store where I keep it, and it's wedged behind some bags of anthracite that I can't burn that someone gave me. I've tried and just can't get the stuff to burn. So it's wedged, but one day it was so windy it got blown out of the wood store and blown down my drive. I think it was kept. Did it get over the gate? No, it got over the gate. So it must have been really windy then, because it's a big 5-bar gate. It got over that, and it were out and about. I had to go and rescue that in the wind. Yeah. So yeah, we've gone from snow to just dark and wet, which means I have to try much harder to motivate myself to do anything, because I'm just so much perkier with the sunshine. Got to get myself to a sunny place, mentally and physically. Oh, that's lovely. I'll do tarot. Right. Okay. What message do you have for us for Friday, the 9th of January, 2026, please? Cannot believe it's a new year. Cannot believe it. Don't know where last year went. And this year started off just absolutely flipping bonkers, hasn't it? I guess it depends which country you're in, but there's a lot of bonkersness about. Oh, I think that's what we needed. The star. Try and get it so it's not glary and people can read it if they want to. Right, we're having this one. This way up. King of Swords. Are we having any more? Oh heck. Are we having this one, aren't we? Yeah. That way up. No. other way up. Okay. 5 of Swords. Are we having any more? Okay. Okay. Give me 3 cards to work with. I might put my hat on in a minute. Take warm here. And I've got me big. I call this me Michelin man body warmer. It's lovely and warm, but it's chunky as anything, and it's got some weight in it as well. And it's like, oh my god, I feel like I'm disappearing into it. Right, but it is warm. No, I give up. I'm gonna have to put my hat back on. Brr. Cold head. I've got enough air to keep me. I've got enough air to keep my head warm now. Right. The Star. Hanging on to your hope. Hope. Yeah. Especially, like I said, just crazy. Yeah, I'm going to say crazy shit that's happening all over the world. And people behaving in ways that we don't expect them to behave in. And I'm just thinking about just stuff that's going on in Britain, let alone anywhere else, and like things that you think I'm going to be careful what I say about it. Things you think the authorities would be doing or saying, and they're doing and saying the opposite, and you're just like, how did we get to this point where this is happening? And yeah, no, told not to go there. Yes, probably get me. So the Star is hanging on to hope. Whatever's happening around you, keep your dream alive, keep your hope alive, keep looking at what you want to achieve, where you want to go, how you want the world to be, how you want society to be. Even if you can't action that at this time, or you don't have control over it, just hanging on to the intention of what you want to happen and how you want things to be. And staying grounded. I'm looking at the card she's got the end of her hair in the water and 1 foot in the water. So staying grounded when everything's just bonkers. Staying grounded when things don't go the way we want them to. Coming back. However you ground yourself, or you grounding and centering, however you come back into your body, come back to the earth, whether you're indoors or outdoors. I'm not one of these people that says go out and walk barefoot in the grass. If you want to do that, do that. It's too flipping cold here. I'm wet and and just So no, I'm not going to do that. But however you do it, grounding and centering is going to be important. And again, we've had a lot of not getting sucked into everything that's going on, to the yuck stuff, because I'm now seeing all the flowers blooming in the background. Remember to stop and smell the flowers. Look for the little glimmers of hope and the little bits of positivity and the good things that are going on in our lives, in other people's lives. Keeping our hopes alive, but also finding things to be positive about. We don't have to be positive all the time. And if you've listened to me for a bit, you know I'm not into toxic positivity. It's crap crap happens, and we feel like crap sometimes. And there's some days that we just can't do positivity, and we shouldn't force ourselves. But building up an appreciation for just little things that are going right and little positive things is going to help to lift us. And don't lose sight of the dream. don't get sucked into the rhetoric, don't get sucked into all the rubbish and the propaganda and think that you can't have your dreams and you can't have your goals, because you can. You've just got to hang on to that. And again, I'm seeing that path with the stop, start, and trying to go through the sand, which is soft and it's slower, and we're either waiting or we just kind of, it's a bit slower, it's a bit more tiring going through sand, that sort of thing. But yeah, keep going. Look at the positives. Look at whatever positives you can find. Also, honour your emotions. If you're having a crap day, just acknowledge you're having a crap day. But then also with that, I have to tell myself, don't tell yourself it's a crap day first thing in the morning and you're feeling crap. Tell yourself, oh, I just feel a bit crap right now. Because you don't want to give yourself the whole day to do it. You don't want to like mark that day. You just want to go, oh no, it's first thing in the morning, I'm feeling a bit crap. Sure, I'll probably perk up after I've had my breakfast or something. And if you don't, you don't. But you're not telling yourself that it's going to be like that all day. You're giving yourself an opportunity that it's not going to be all day. Yeah, I'm awful for saying, oh, it's one of those days. No, it hasn't. There is time for the day to turn around. So that's quite important, I think. But I'm awful for doing that myself, or going, or a morning, or an afternoon, or, this morning's awful. And it's like, it's barely started. And it's like, no. Right. But yeah, I'm getting the emphasis is on grounding, hanging on to your hopes and dreams, and looking for glimmers, looking for the little positive things and the happy things and the joy. I've moved on without asking. Okay, right. King of Swords, then. Ruler of the intellect. Guard your mind. And at the moment, there is, with the propaganda and everything else that's going on, things are going to be won or lost on how they can influence people's minds. I didn't explain that very well. I've got protect your intellect, but protect your mind, and especially with AI now. There's so much. There's doing some discussing stuff with that, but there's so much fake stuff. You don't know when you watch it. There's fake doctor. Somebody showed me an account that's a fake doctor giving medical advice. Yeah, the mind boggles. It's just, you don't know what. And somebody in a magazine the other day. This was on socials, and the entire magazine was AI pictures of women, and of course they're going to put in their version of an ideal woman, and they're giving beauty advice and health advice with fake pictures, and it's just like, well, you ain't ever going to look like that, because, or the majority of us ain't ever going to look like that. Might be the odd 1 or 2 people that might actually look like that, well proportioned and blah de blah, whatever the prompt was. But there's so much fakery. It's just, and then looking online and like what's real and what's fake. And as it is, a real person can sit there and tell you what they truly believe, and that's not necessarily true either. If they believe it, they believe it, but it might not be what the actual truth is. Yeah. So it's guarding your mind, and especially I'm thinking if it makes you angry about a group of people. because that's how we're going with a lot of the way the world is at the moment. They will blame everything on a minority group. That's what happened in Nazi Germany. They will blame everything that's wrong on a minority group, but it only works if everybody joins in. If people don't join in and start hating them, then it doesn't work. It just doesn't work. So yeah, just be careful. And when there's stuff going on that you're seeing on socials, on the news, everywhere, and I'm telling myself this as well, what are they trying to get you to think or feel? Because a lot of it is an appeal to your emotions. So although we've got this and this is the intellect and guarding your mind, there's also a lot about feeling, isn't there? About manipulating emotions. And there's so much of that out as well at the moment. And that's that getting you to be angry with people instead of being angry with the right people who are doing the manipulating, shall we say, and causing, and actually them causing the problems and then trying to blame it on minority groups. In Germany, I think, and to be fair, I haven't done a lot of history, it was the economic state. The country was not in a good economic state at the time, and I think there was high unemployment and stuff, and that was blamed on the various minorities, and we know most of them were one particular minority. But yeah, so a lot that's come up a lot lately, just things happening in the world, echoes of what happened in Germany in the 1930s, it would be 20s and 30s, wouldn't it? And that sort of thing, and looking at how that might be happening again in the world. And how the people, we hope, are going to stop it this time, and it's not going to get to the point that that got to. We will see what happens. But like I said, keep your hope alive, look at the good things. I've got 5 of Swords. Yeah, rise above it. Rise above a lot of the crap. We got one the other day, didn't we, when I did that channel about not getting stuck in the sludge. And all the yuck that's going on in the world. It's not. Don't let it bring you down. And don't let it steal your hope. Because your hope is important. And your dreams are important. And finding the joy and positivity is going to be important. 5 of Swords is also... Okay, no, I've been told no. Okay. It's basically, it's just the bird, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, so on this card we're just reading the bird, we're not reading anything else. And that is trying to soar above it. Sometimes I say you need to surf over it. I did used to avoid it altogether, but it's got to, like the news and everything, but it's got to a point now where it's I'll just dip my toe in a little bit and see what's going on. But generally, I get my news from people on social media rather than actual news things. Can't think of the word now. TV news, which I tend not to watch because even prior to this it was very focused on glorifying yuck and things I didn't want to know about, and especially when it does a lot of war coverage and stuff. But I tend to listen more to people commenting on it, or comedians that are actually presenting it. It's so ridiculous, some of the things that are going on, that they are presenting it as comedy, and it's social comment. So I tend to do that more, although I still have to be careful and limit myself. I'm at a state now with my mental health where I can actually deal with thinking about some of the things. And I've spent a lot of time signing petitions for things to stop. Seems to be the era of me signing petitions. If there's not a lot else I can do, I can sign a petition. I can support people that are trying to get justice and trying to get things put right. Yeah. So there are things we can do, but we're being reminded to, again, soar above it. Yeah, absolutely. Protect your mental health. Protect your emotional health. Hang on to your hopes and dreams. Or protect your mind. Hang on to your hopes and dreams. And remember to stay grounded and soar above it. But yeah, the grounding is not getting... Grounding is about coming back and centering, coming back into yourself, connected to the earth, and it's letting go of all the turmoil in your head. So, and that's one way, even grounding, of getting above it, because you're just getting out of it. Then you're getting, yeah, me who has trouble shutting my brain up, but yes, you can. And I think we're trying to stay a little aloof from things that are happening. Hanging on to the positives. There we are then.